All right, thank you for joining. Today we'll go over Doge USDT on the Binance chart. Decided to go with the black and white chart today. I hope you like it. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in. So like always, been just a few days since I made my last analysis. I believe it was back here when we also had this trend line. It's actually played out pretty well, huh? So it looks like we had this falling wedge. Trend line finally broke out. We found support, right? So we found support right there. Let's go ahead and just make that the purple one. Found support after breaking out, and then price just continued up. So if you were watching the last video, I remember price was somewhere in here. If you took a long either as soon as it broke out or waited for it to retrace, let's just say you went in as soon as it broke out, right? Even at the high, you could have rode that up 40% in the matter of, let's see here, from 5 to 13. In the matter of about 8 days, that's a 40% gain, right? So I hope someone took that trade. Do not sleep on trend line breaks because they do happen very often. And usually when you see a trend line break, you do get some sort of movement to the upside, right? We can go ahead and just even use this one, right? So trend line broke, and we did get some sort of a rise to the upside, right? 6% right there. You can go ahead and do it here too as well if you just waited. All right, you see a downtrend happening. And then what happened next? Trend line broke out. Price still went up before ultimately rolling back over. But if you did enter at the initial break, you would have been underwater a few percent. But after about a day, you're pretty much up another few percent, right? But this would not have been a great trade. But just so you can see, for example purposes, once the trend line breaks, usually an uptrend follows, right? Same thing here. Trend line breaks, uptrend follows. And obviously trend line broke here and we got a 40% pop. And similarly, it happens on the opposite side too as well. So if you are trying to short, trend line breaks, take a short to the downside, right? And in this case, it definitely happened at a bigger scale, right? So trend line finally broke, got retested very nicely, in fact, almost perfectly, right? And then price just decided to roll over, got acceptance back into the value area high of this overall range, right? So this is the value area high. Look at this massive bearish momentum to the downside, instant acceptance. Could even go to the 4 hours. It's a little bit cleaner. So instant acceptance, right? And then price went right to the point of control, and price just continues to roll over, looking to target this golden pocket and value area low of this overall range, right? We can even go ahead and adjust this from the lows there just to about here, this pivot. And yeah, value area low coming in right above the golden pocket. Now this golden pocket is from this low to this high, right? As you can see, lining up exactly actually with the value area low. Let's go ahead and delete this for now. Could delete this for now as well. And one thing to keep in mind here, these golden pockets or Fibonacci levels are well respected, because if we go here and we pull from the lows to the high, right, this high, we pulled it all the way over, right, following this high, you can see price came down, tapped the golden pocket, and then what did that give you? A 30% bounce, right? As of right now, if we go from that initial low to the new high, we touched the golden pocket one more time, right? Got a nice reaction, or we got a reaction. Can't really say nice, but we got a reaction. Wasn't enough. Still more sellers than buyers, and price is still rolling over. Let's pull up the NAV, which is just a .75 and 786. So my personal golden pocket, which I have, I think invented, to be honest, because I don't see anyone else using a .75 786 golden pocket, and I've seen lately crypto and stocks tend to respect that .75 786 level. So as you can see, price is currently rolling over. We need to update these previous week highs and previous days highs and lows. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. All right, so this one was from yesterday. I mean, time right now is 3:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go ahead and do the weekly as well, see where we're at. Let's put this back. Let's do the weekly. Obviously kind of irrelevant because we are way below last week's lows. And then the month changed since I've done this. No, month still stays the same. So keeping in mind, as you can see, yesterday's lows clearly broken out. Very bearish candle. We are testing this pretty much a demand zone, right? You can kind of label this entire zone as a demand zone. I'm going to put it red because anything 12 hours and higher, I like to put it as red. And yeah, we basically tested that area, so that's why we got that nice little bounce. So in order for me to be a little bit more bullish, we would need to for sure start trading back inside the previous day's low, right? And then aim for the point of control, dance around here for a little bit, and then eventually aim for the previous day high. And then we're just taking it level to level, and then look, right above that we have the previous week low and previous month high, right? So this is a very important level to reclaim. If we don't reclaim that, I just see price kind of trading within this range, right? Until we get that breakout. So right now, Dogecoin is definitely bearish. Like I said, with trend lines, you can go ahead and draw them, right? As you can see, price did respect it. It tried to break out, failed, came back down. So you can go ahead and adjust your trend line. And yeah, you could even set an alert on this trend line to wait until that breaks out. And then maybe it does something like this, like I drew before, and eventually starts to move up higher, right? So as of right now, kind of neutral on Dogecoin. Can't really say I'm bearish because we already came down so much. All right. But I would not be surprised to see price continue down a little bit lower, possibly take out this low down here, right? Little SFP. Go ahead and delete this for now. Actually, I'll go ahead and hide this so later on I could see what happened with that. This get deleted though. All right, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Dogecoin eventually make its way down, sweep these lows, reclaim before eventually moving higher, right? So that's what I would really like to see. If this level does hold, like I said, nothing wrong with that. That just shows that there is a little bit of strength at this demand zone. And then, yeah, I would just expect for these levels to hold, point of control to get flipped, and then aim for highs, right? So that's pretty much it with Dogecoin. Would not really be expecting it to drop all the way to 16 cents, but it is possible, right? Just looking at this, it is possible. But yeah, some very important lows here, right? Very important low coming in at 20 cents, psychological number. Below that, around 18 cents as well. And then, you know, if all else fails, then you have another series of lows at around 15 cents, which is another psychological level. So let's just see how this all plays out in the next few days. But that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining. Remember to like and subscribe. And also remember to follow me on X, where I do post updates. And leave a comment below if there's a certain project you'd like to see me chart. But yeah, here is my X account. And feel free to like and subscribe, right? Awesome. Thank you. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.